All right, today we're going to divide rational numbers. Again, rational numbers are numbers that can be written as fractions. The first thing you need to know before we learn how to divide fractions, the first thing is you need to know what a multiplicative inverse or a reciprocal is. Multiplicative inverse or reciprocal, okay, is just a fraction flipped upside down. So some of your homework problems are going to give you this. They're going to say find the reciprocal or multiplicative inverse of 7/16. All we do is we flip it and write 16 over 7. It's going to be important that you know how to find the reciprocal of a number. Without it, you can't divide fractions. All right, so 7 over 16 now becomes 16 over 7. To find the reciprocal of a mixed number, the first thing we have to do is make it an improper fraction. So I do negative 6 times 3, which is 18. 18 plus 1 is 19. So negative 19 over 3. All right. We don't worry about where the negative is. I guess I haven't explained it enough. Okay. The negative can be at the top number. Okay. It can be included with the bottom number. Okay. What I like to do is I say the fraction itself is negative. Okay, but then I treat everything inside like it's positive. So I say this is a negative number, and I treat 19 over 3 as a number. Okay, so because what some people do, they'll take negative 6 times 3 and get negative 18. Negative 18 plus 1 would actually be negative 17. Right? Instead, what you do is you say this fraction is negative, and then you do 6 times 3 plus 1. Okay, so we have negative 19 over 3. Okay, and then I have to find the reciprocal of it. What's the reciprocal of this? Negative 3 over 19. Okay, it's a negative fraction. It doesn't necessarily have to be negative 3, but it's a negative fraction, and the fraction is 3 over 19. All we do is flip it. Okay, so when we're finding the reciprocal of something, the negative stays, unless you're finding the negative reciprocal of something, which that you'll do in algebra. Okay, not necessarily in algebra 1. Any questions? Write this down. So we have 4/9 divided by 3/5. You cannot divide fractions. Okay? We cannot divide fractions because a fraction itself is already a division problem. So you can't do a division by a division. Okay? It doesn't make sense. So what we do instead is we multiply by the reciprocal. So the number doing the dividing is, okay, that's what becomes the reciprocal. So 4/9 stays the same. The first number does not change. What we change is the second number. We multiply by that second number. So we have 3/5. What's the reciprocal of 3/5?
5/3.
So we multiply by 5/3. Instead of dividing by 3/5, we multiply by 5/3. It will still give you the equivalent answer. 4/9 times 5/3, we can. Is there anything we can cancel? No. 4 does not go into 9. 4 does not go into 3. Okay, 5 doesn't go into 3 or 9. So what we do is we just multiply the numerators. 4 times 5 is 20. Multiply the denominators. 9 times 3 is 27. There's my answer. So 4/9 divided by 3/5 is equal to 20 over 27. Any questions on how to do that? Write these two down. All right, so let's do the first one. 1/9 divided by 5/12. Okay, 1 over 9. The first number does not change. Okay, then we times by the reciprocal. The reciprocal of 5/12 is 12/5. Is there anything that reduces?
Yeah.
What, Beagle? 9/12. I can take 3 out of the 9 and get 3. 3 out of 12 and get 4. Is there anything else that reduces? No. So I'm left with 4 over 15. There's my answer. So 1/9 divided by 5/12 is equal to 4/15. We have 3 over 7 divided by 8. Okay, we need to change 8 to an improper fraction, so we write it over 1. Making that a fraction, now I can times by the reciprocal. So 3/7 times 1 over 8. Is there anything that cancels? No. So 1 times 3 is 3. 7 times 8 is 56. There's my answer.
Can't you simplify?
Write this one down. First thing I do is make negative 4 2/3 into an improper fraction. So 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 2 is, or 12 plus 2 is 14. So we have negative 14 over 3. Okay, divided by 3 times 9 is 27. 27 plus 1 is 28. We can't divide by a fraction, so we times by the reciprocal. So 9 over 28. Okay. Now we can reduce. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 3 divided by 9, or 9 divided by 3 is 3. 14 divided by 14 is 1. 28 divided by 14 is 2. So I'm left with negative 3 over 2, which your book will give you both improper fraction and a mixed number. Go for the next number. It is negative 1 and 1/2. That is my answer. So what they'll do is they'll give you fractions with variables. Okay? We treat this exactly the same. We can't divide by a fraction, so we multiply by the reciprocal. So 5 over 3ab. Okay, it's being times by ABC over 15. I look to see what I can reduce. Raise your hand, tell me what I can reduce.
5.
Yes, Sam.
The 5 and 15.
5 and 15. I take 5 out of 5 and get 1. 5 out of 15 and get 3. Anything else? I disagree. There's something else. What else can I reduce? Okay, I can do the A with the A and the B with the B. I don't know what they are, but I know A is the same number on top as is on bottom. Okay, if it was a 4, if A was a 4 on top and on bottom, could I reduce that 4? Yes, I could divide those by 4. Since I don't know what it is, I just divide both those by A. A divided by A is 1, and then same thing for B. B divided by B is 1. Okay, so look at what I'm left with. C on top, okay, the 1 is understood. I don't have to multiply anything by 1 because it doesn't change anything. And on bottom, I have 9. So there's my answer. 3 times 3 is 9. It's really easy. Any question how to do that? Okay, there will be problems like this on your homework. Flip it and then look to see what cancels. Okay, now, one thing I want to point out. Okay, let's say there's an A right here. Could I cancel all 3 of those out? No. It's 1 for 1. Okay, this one with this one. Okay, or this one with this one, but this one would stay. Okay, it is 1 for 1. You cannot do 1 on top and 2 on bottom. They can't do that. Okay, any questions? All right, here's your homework. 46, 2 sentences are required. It will be worth 5 points.